Good morning. It is the first Friday. Is this the first Friday of the month or was that last Friday? Anyway, it's August 9th,
Nope, second Friday.
second Friday. So good morning. Good morning, Nate. Nice to have you in the chat. I've been talking to Nate and his wife they're like my new support animals.
Support animals? That is a horrible.
Like my emotional, you know how people have like an emotional support animal? Because
You can call them friends. That's what friends are.
friends, but yeah, I know, but they've been my emotional support animals. So we've been doing a lot of eBay stuff together, sharing tips and things over the last couple of weeks. So it's been really fun. They do Amazon and eBay as well, and had before Amazon had been really big eBay sellers. So anyway, it's been fun. Good morning, Armand. Today we've got some scary and bizarre topics in Amazon land, some things that Amazon is doing and changing that is not so great. And then I have one good news about Amazon. I don't know if anybody saw it. Good morning, Eminem. And Millennial Money Mom sent me a message also this week. That's what I love about the people who watch our channel is you know how all of you become our friends. Good morning, Heather. And she sent me a message this week trying to help me get into Walmart. And because she had some of the same trouble as me, so I tried her trick and that she sent me, and I ended up getting 2 follow-up messages. I haven't got in yet, but they are the most promising messages I have ever gotten back from Walmart in the 8 years, you guys, 8 years of trying to get in. So Millennial Money Mom, I sent you a reply to your last message, a copy and paste of that message that I actually got from them. So every morning I check to see okay, have you approved me yet? Have you approved me yet? I'm waiting around for that. It hasn't happened yet. So, and then I know Heather, I believe it's you that's watching, that's helping some people with Walmart creating a shipment today, actually, on how to create shipments into Walmart. So if I get accepted into Walmart, I definitely will have to learn that next. What's going on in your world, reseller mom?
Well, I think Casey said that she was going to try and get me an invite to listen to that. My daughter, it's her birthday on the 14th, but she's going to the water park today with her best friend, and that was the day that they could go. She's all mad that she can't do things on her birthday. I'm like, honey, your birthday is on a Thursday, and not everybody has that day open. So if Friday looks better, go Friday. Nobody, it's okay.
That's what family birthday cake is for.
Yeah.
And of course, to a teenager, that's torture. Who wants to be with your family? You want to be with your friends.
Well, she's all bent out of shape because her friends are here and there and everywhere. But anyhow, so they're going to the water park today because today was the best weather and the time and all that hoo-ha. So,
and the last hurrah before school, and so it should be fun.
Yes. Well, and we leave. So next Friday I'm out. Maybe I might be able. No, I think I can do next Friday's show. I'll talk to you later. We'll TBD it.
Figure it out.
I leave for Rome on Saturday morning at 7 a.m. So
that's so exciting. Super exciting.
Super duper exciting.
Yes.
But I've got the screenshot put up of the bullet points. Do we want to talk about that first?
Yeah, absolutely. So do you want me to dive into talking about it before you show the screen, or?
Well, I'm there.
Okay, I was typing up something on another page, so I wasn't looking at what you had pulled up. Okay, yes. So this is freaky to me. So for those of you who make your own listings, and even if you don't, even existing listings that you are on, Amazon has launched this AI. If you did not have bullet points, or bullet points are missing on a listing, Amazon is going to let the AI write them for you. In addition to, if Amazon apparently doesn't like your bullet points, it gives them the authority to let the AI rewrite your bullet points. And one of the things that Amazon is not allowing, and if you have this in your current bullet points, and you can possibly start being in trouble for it, is if you have the little cute emojis in your listing bullet points. So if you have the cute little rocket or arrow or whatever it is, this is not allowed by Amazon anymore. So that is something that if the AI is scrubbing your listing, that could get you flagged as well.
Which I have about, I can't remember how many listings, more than 200 listings to go through on one account that I manage just for bullet points. If you go and pull an inventory, like an all inventory, you don't get any fields to select as bullet points. So to my knowledge, there's no way to pull all the bullet points in a mass way with any of the
reports. You have to look at them one by one by one. And for some people, that could be a daunting task.
That's what I'm looking at. Because I'm going, holy macaroni, that is
yeah.
That's going to be a pain in the tushy. But I've got, it's not fun. But they have not allowed, they have said don't use emojis for a long time.
They're just now going to start enforcing it.
They're going to now start enforcing it.
And some people have the, feeling that they're just going to keep doing what they're doing and doing it anyway until they get busted. And others, want to follow the rules. So
we don't know how you'll get busted though, because what I think is they'll just flag it and then you go in and you edit and then take it out and then they'll be fine. So I don't know if that's what it's going to be. I mean, we have no idea. They've been integrating the AI so much that they're now having a problem.
Yeah, AI is wreaking a lot of havoc in Amazon land. Another thing that they're going to start monitoring, and they have monitored this because I had to fix one of my clients' account. Their entire catalog was suppressed because the last bullet point in their catalog said made in the USA and with 100% money back guarantee. And you can't say things like that. So all their entire catalog was suppressed, and I had to go into each and every listing in their catalog and remove that last bullet point. So you can't make certain claims in your bullet points, or Amazon will suppress and shut down your listing for those type of claims, and you usually just have to remove them. Hi, Lag and JR. I saw you guys popping here in the chat. How do fire?
He does that in every title.
Yeah.
I don't know how many titles you got to fix, but you can't do that.
Yeah, so it sounds like they're going to really start cracking down on that on listings. But I just don't, just like the Terminator. Yeah,
Skynet is taking over.
I know, and AI is a really fun tool to help us build listings or to help us, ask questions. It's a fun tool. But for companies such as Amazon, such a big company, why they would just put blind faith in letting AI do this blows my mind, because AI makes lots and lots of errors and it's not all accurate, and a lot of times things are repetitive. Because I work with ChatGPT every week and I use it weekly for various things, not just building listings, or I have it help me analyze data and numbers and formulas. Sometimes the results it spits back, or the replies it spits back, say if I want it to construct an email or an article, I have to go in there and tweak the things. I mean, it's good. I love it, but you do have to do your own customization and tweaking of sorts. So the fact that Amazon would just trust AI to make these decisions is very scary. Yes.
There we go. That is what is coming down the road. Yeah. That's who you're dealing with at Amazon.
Yes, the robots are in charge.
I did see, I'll share it here because it was kind of cool. What I did see is in Excel, and I love me an Excel spreadsheet. Mm-hmm. There's a new command that was equals AI dot. Oh shit! Hold on, spider. Ah. Oh god. Ah.
Is it an AI spider?
Well, hold on. Now I got a spider. I got to wash my hands. But anyhow, it's an Excel sheet where you can go equals AI dot something, and then you give it another cell and you say write me a 50-word response. And it was for customer complaints. So you would put all your customer complaints, your customer, whatever, how we have Yelp or TripAdvisor or reviews. So I could see it being good for Amazon reviews. And it says, write me a 50-character long response to this review. And then you copy and paste, and it will write you all of the responses to do mass responses, which is going to be awesome for any VAs, for any Amazon reviews, for any company reviews. Let's say you owned a restaurant or you owned a boutique, you could do that. Really cool that it's now integrating into the Excel worksheet. I mean, you could do it on AI right now, but okay. Let me wash my spider off.
Oh my God. I the whole time she was just talking, I was listening to her, but in the back of my mind, I was constantly thinking, is that spider like in her hand? Is she casually talking with a dead spider in her hand? I don't know about you guys, but that's what's on my mind. I'm just that kind of person. If I'm watching a horror movie and there's like a person in the back with the knife and they're just sitting there, I'm just like, oh my God, all I'm looking is that person with the knife behind them, and I can't focus on what they're saying. So the AI bots taking over is just too much, and it's causing people with their accounts. It's causing a lot of problems.
It is.
I was just saying how I could hardly listen to you. I heard everything you said, but the whole time I'm thinking, is she holding that spider?
Well, it was dead.
I don't care. It was in your hand. You're brave enough to touch it, first of all. Look, that's what husbands are for.
I was going to hit it with the Post-it, but then I couldn't get my, I need more coffee. I'm not that coordinated to go spider hunting in the morning. I don't know what he was doing. He better get to work if he's at my desk. All right. Then, did we have another bullet point thingy for the show today, or was it just me talking about my jerks that I had?
Oh,
our agenda.
No, that was one more right now that I can think of, because like you, I'm not quite all the way awake today, but yes, that I had a person reach out to me, and it blows my mind, and I'll tell my story because it's much quicker and shorter, but it blows my mind how people will reach out to me to hire me because they want to open up accounts in the USA. This person wanted an eBay and a TikTok account in the USA. And I've had this type of request many times, whether it be for Amazon, eBay, TikTok, Etsy, I don't care what it is. And they want me to help them get into the USA. And they'll ask me a series of questions. And what they finally lead up to is that it's simple. All I need from you, ma'am, is a picture of your ID, and I can do everything else. I am not sending a stranger in another country a picture of my driver's license or my passport because it's so easy for them.
I will make you millions. Just send me your bank account information and your credit card number.
If anybody wants to request for me to open you a USA account, and all I need to send you is a photo of my passport or my driver's license, and you will just take care of the rest, no.
Yeah. I get a call every day about 5 o'clock. People wanting to buy my house. We'll buy your house. How are you finding me? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. So I don't talk about my Fiverr people very much when it's a negative sense, but I think that this one needs to be spoken about because it was really concerning. I jump on a call with two guys who are wanting to know like how to make listings and how to set up their account, and just like a general go through and tell them what is going on with their account, like what do they need to do. And they're like, well, we need to go over how we're going to do our inventory and make sure that, these are good purchases. And so I said, okay, well, what's your business model? What are we doing here? And they said, well, what they're doing and what they were trained by in a course is to scrub Amazon, find stuff from Alibaba, double check that the company is not trademarked yet, and then jump on their listing. And I said, that's not a good long-term solution. While you technically can do that, those people have made it under their brand, and all you're doing is jumping on their listing that they worked hard to put up under their brand. And as soon as they get trademarked, they will file against you to get you off, because that's called hijacking. And jumping on somebody else's listing. And while you technically can do it, I wouldn't build your business off of this. And they did not like that answer. They were like, but it says in this course. And I said, okay, but Amazon says that you shouldn't be doing that. And the end result is going to be you getting complaints because it's not your product. You're jumping on somebody else's product listing for a private label Alibaba item. You need to make your own. No, we don't want to do that. So at the end of 30 minutes, I went through other account stuff with them. They were so mad that they complained about it and made it so that I didn't get paid for that 30 minutes of call, because Fiverr is very much, if you don't, it's like Amazon, the customer's always right. And if you don't refund them right away, then that. So I need to make sure that you've blocked them, because just because you don't like the answer that I gave you, I feel that it's better to know that you're doing something wrong than to continue down that path. And then all of a sudden you're going to be SOL. So very, very, it was very discerning. And I don't know what course they were talking about that they purchased, but they purchased a course that was what they taught you to do.
I get a lot of clients like that create listings because of courses tell them to create their listing in generic while they are applying for a trademark and to get their brand name. And now they have a whole account where they bought UPC codes, created the listing with the UPC code, but under the brand name generic. And they've spent time and effort on professional packaging that has their name brand on it, their logo on it. They have the UPC code, and they've made their listing as generic, and now they cannot get the listing put into their brand name. Yeah. And so that's really sad to me. So for anybody watching, if you are ever trying to actually have a brand name, go ahead and buy that UPC code. Even if you can get a brand approval without being brand registered, as long as you submit photos to Amazon of your product packaging with your brand name clearly on it, your UPC code is registered to you. Your trademark doesn't have to be complete yet. It doesn't even have to be registered just yet. You can get your listing made correctly right from the start. And so, definitely, make sure you do that and don't list your branded names as generic. It's just gives you a lot of problems.
Yeah, we have a lot here says that the course told them to sell the brand name items under generic listing, and it was no good. That used to be a very common practice a couple of years ago, and they cracked down on generic about last year. I want to say it was October, November last year, and you cannot. It just doesn't work very well.
Yeah, you can't jump on a generic listing anymore. Amazon deactivated a lot of sellers last year, I think around this time last year, for having made listings with the brand name generic. And a lot of people got deactivated, not everybody. And it took about 9 months for them to get reactivated. Yet to this day, you can still create a listing under the brand name generic. And you can still, sell your items under the brand name generic. Whether you will ever get in trouble for it or not, who knows? Because Amazon will crack down whenever they feel like it. Yet it's a practice that they allow you to do. And they tell you if your brand doesn't have a brand name to use generic. Some of the problems were that people were taking, say, Betty Crocker and making listings with Betty Crocker, but using the brand generic. Amazon still allows you to do that, even though they deactivated sellers last year for that. And many of those listings are still up today with sellers on them. So everything with Amazon you take with a grain of salt.
Yep. Hold on. I am trying to find something. So if you have something to talk about, talk.
Well, I will say, aside from Amazon, trying to get into Walmart, I'm trying to get into that platform, and I'm excited to see what that might bring. And so if I get into Walmart, I will start really watching a lot of YouTubers who make their living on Walmart and seeing what I can learn. I'm not trying to do that just yet because I don't want to jump the gun if I'm not in there. I have been on my eBay journey. I have been listing quite a bit on eBay, except for this week, because this week I have had to do inventory of all of my Amazon items, everything that we have here back at the house, and then, reselling Amazon items. So this week we didn't do any eBay listings, yet my sales are doing really well from all the work we've done up to this point. So I'm hoping, it's one thing when you're ending one business and starting another, there's this crossover that doesn't allow you to focus full time. So I am eager to really jump into my eBay more than I have been able to this last week. I'm enjoying it. It's doing pretty good. I'm happy with the direction it's taking. So I want to be able to keep you guys up to date on the eBay journey too, because I know a lot of you also do eBay.
So Lag says a couple of things here. Walmart is the fastest growing online marketplace. Yep, it is. And then he was thinking about buying the course on bundling brand name items under your brand. Don't do that right now. That's why Tina and I have been suspended for we're still battling that. So I guess we could do a quick update on where that is legally wise.
Yeah.
Still get the round and round. I called Amazon and they said they would give me some sort of response. They never did. We are looking at class action stuff now. And so that is being put together and looking to go to arbitration and that kind of legal moves. As far as we know, the hard part is a lot of our listings that have been created are still being sold by other people. They're still live. They're still being sold. Amazon's still getting money for them, but they've deemed them that they were not appropriate. So they didn't take down the listing. They just flagged it in our accounts, which is really irritating. So all of that evidence, screenshots and brand names and ASINs are all being tracked.
Yes, because Amazon still allows you to make bundles under your name of brand name products. In their bundling policy, it still allows you to even do that as long as you're bundling it with an item that is your branded item, and as long as you are titling your listings that the bundle includes 3 items, and then spell out each of those items in your title. That's still part of Amazon's bundling policy. They do still allow it, and there are hundreds and thousands of brand name bundles under private sellers' own brand names. Some are done correctly, some are done incorrectly. It is still allowed. It's just like everything else with Amazon, and how we started off this show with the AI bots can change your images, can change your bullet points. They can flag your listing if they feel like it, while many others are still active. So Amazon violates their own policy
a lot. Often. There's another case going on with the Amazon Prime. A lot of people got suppressed during Prime. They were all geared up to sell their Prime items. And then all of a sudden they were suppressed, and they're like, why am I not searchable? Why am I, for their Prime days.
What's interesting with that is that costs Amazon money. It's Prime Day, and if Amazon suppresses listing and those things aren't selling, it doesn't just hurt the third-party seller, but it also affects Amazon's bottom line for their profit.
But Amazon was pushing their product.
Then there you go. And I did read somewhere else that not only were people's listings suppressed, but there were many sellers whose prices were lowered, even though they did not change their pricing.
I did not see that one. I worked with a guy yesterday. I worked with 2 people yesterday, and I have one person I'm working with at 9:00 today. So I got to leave at 8:45. But one of my guys yesterday, he was funny. His images were nice, but they weren't the white background with just plain product as his first image. So all his listings weren't showing up because he had the wrong first product. So there's lots of reasons why things could not be showing. And then the other lady, I wanted to share this. I was able to screenshot it from her. So I don't know if you guys can see that. It's I don't know how to zoom in here.
For submitting documents for.
Yeah, I grabbed this so that we'd have it for later, but it is the documents you need to prove. She has to go through re-verification. She was like, I don't know why nothing's showing up. And we come to find out because you've been deactivated due to inactivity and you need to go through the re-verification process.
Oh, yeah.
What I liked down here was the bank card information. And basically it says the name of the point of contact or company mentioned in the statement should either match the point of contact name or business name provided during registration. And that's the number one mess up that I see with people is they'll go out and they'll sign up with Amazon and they'll be, Lucy's Emporium. And then I go to the bank and the bank is like, oh, well, Lucy Smith needs a bank account, and then it doesn't match. And you need to have on your bank statement, Lucy Smith, then the next line, Lucy's Emporium, and then the address, and have that all match. You can't have you living at 123 Main Street and your business being in Ohio or, offset. And that's the number one reason I see people not getting through the verification process. And then this, let's see here. I needed to show that so I can do a new screenshot. This will be interesting. Even though I blow it up big, it still doesn't.
We covered the fees. Amazon waiving fees during Q4. The extra, I think it's storage fees.
Do you have that link?
I'm going to find it.
Okay, let me talk about this while you find that, because that was something we talking about tonight. All right, Ed Rosenberg is thinking about doing a support group backed by sellers. So basically we're going to unionize, which would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And they are moving forward with this. So he got enough traction, 91 comments. As you can see, a lot of people said, yes, we would be willing to sign up for that so that we have a union-backed, I'm saying union, but whatever, a backed seller association here. And I think I saw you say yes to that. Did I see you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I think I saw a lot of familiar names on there that said yes. We would be interested in that, because I think that's the only way we're going to get Amazon to really listen to sellers is by grouping up together.
I'm trying to find the article online about Amazon waiving. I can't remember if it was a certain amount of storage fees or a fulfillment fee, but they are not charging a certain fee this Q4. And I thought about time, because with everything else that has been raised, and now it was on my other computer that I had it open and not on this. Oh, I found it, I think.
Okay.
Amazon forced to reduce seller fees.
Here, send it over in the private chat.
I'm seeing if this is this is an email.
Oh, okay. Can you screenshot it?
Well, this email has a bunch of links to different articles, so I'm trying to find that one.
Got it. All right, I'm going to talk about these two things in here. Lag says, oh yeah, you got caught in the bundle gate. Sorry. Do I have more Amazon accounts? Yeah, Tina and I both manage other people's accounts, so we're still in there. And then most of our stuff is now going up over on eBay. And then Millennial Money Mom, I'm so fed up with Amazon Canada. I don't even want to sell in Canada. I'm afraid to close the Canada account because I'm worried it will close my U.S. account.
No, it won't. I like you, also hated selling in Canada, and you can close it.
I did not know that. I thought you had to just deactivate.
I deactivated it, but it doesn't deactivate your U.S. account. Even if you delete all of your listings when you're in Amazon Canada, all of your Amazon U.S. listings stay intact. The only time they wouldn't is if you actually created the listing in your Canadian account.
True that. I was thinking, though, that she wanted to close, and I don't know if closing would close your Amazon, your U.S. account. I just would go in and put it Canada on vacation, go into your build international listings, make sure that is not set up, and then close all the listings in there. Same with Brazil. Like, I don't know. I haven't noticed anything with Brazil. Nothing good, nothing bad, like nothing.
just in different. Yeah, that article was about reducing certain fees because of Temu. But Amazon, I did read something. But by next Friday, hopefully, I will have heard it again and can tell everybody. But they are lowering some fee in Q4.
We need to talk about the discount store. Shoot. They're basically making a Temu Shein, Amazon, but Temu Shein like. Did we get that in email or was it article? Do you remember?
That I saw as an article.
Do you remember what it's called?
I think that's what I just had open. So let me go in there again.
I'm not finding it. This is going to be huge. This is going to be the big killer for, I don't know if it's going to kill Shein and Temu, who are owned by the same company. I believe they're both owned by the same parent company. And I don't know if it's just going to be for Chinese sellers, like in Alibaba on Amazon, but it's crazy pants that are going to offer a new, what did they call it? It was like a discount.
Yeah, it was some discount thing. And I think I was just looking at it, and I think I went ahead and just deleted that email. So I am sorry. I opened it up. I was like, oh, well, that's not the fee. So I deleted it. But yes, Amazon is opening something to compete with them. And now I deleted that email after I just had it open. And I don't know what it's going to be called. But anyway, Amazon is launching something else.
Found it. Hold on, let me make sure. Get my pop-ups out of the way. Okay. I don't want to continue in support. Oh my god. Oh, I gotta ad block off. I've also got something going on with my computer. I'm stuck on Yahoo and not Google, which is weird. So Victor's like, your computer's been infected. Great. All right. So Amazon plans to launch discount store, and I have a terrible cold, so if I sound like crap, that's why here. Amazon plans to launch discount store to bid off and fend off Temu and Shein. So let's hear. Amazon hosted closed-door events for sellers in China, where it presented plans for a new budget storefront that features low-cost apparel, home goods, and other items. The storefront would directly compete with Temu and Shein, two emerging e-commerce sites with ties to China that have grown in popularity. It's unclear when Amazon intends to debut the store, but presentation notes say it will start accepting products this fall. So I can put that article out if everybody wants to read the fine print. Amazon will ship the products directly from China to the U.S. with goals of delivering them to shoppers within 9 to 11 days. A lot of priced under $20.
Oh, and this brings up a point to me. So you see how Amazon's going to work to have their own version of Temu. And another thing is, so with the people that I know that are currently deactivated from this latest wave on Amazon, many people in there, including for sure one of my listings, I haven't had time to investigate them all, have been taken over by a Chinese seller, and they changed the brand. In fact, one of the listings in my account, I created it under the brand's actual name. So if it was Betty Crocker cake mix, I created the brand as Betty Crocker because I had permission from Amazon to do so. So I had the item listed under the brand's name. I have been the only seller on it for, I think, 4 years now of that item. And now that listing was hijacked and the brand name was changed. So if it was Betty Crocker, it is now XYOMP, like some random letters is now the brand. And many other deactivated sellers have had their listings, now that their accounts are deactivated, hijacked and the brand name changed. When you then look at the brand and you then see the store seller account that owns that brand and their Amazon store, it's Chinese sellers with China addresses. And so it makes me wonder How? When we have to open up cases to change an image, a bullet point, a title, you have to prove yourself over and over. Where's your receipt? Prove this is your brand name. Where's your invoice? I want a picture of real world imaging of the packaging. But a Chinese seller can come in and just hijack a listing with ease. How? How is this possible?
That's why we're collecting all this evidence. I mean, it's ridiculous that you say that this bundle or whatever is not approved and not allowed on Amazon, and then you're allowing people to sell it. You're allowing people to change the brand. You're allowing a lot of people to do things that are not allowed, and you're just doing fine. They use a file upload. Sometimes that will work. Sometimes it won't. It is possible to do. I have rehijacked things, and it does take a lot of work, but it's really not that much if you're just sitting at a keyboard all day. It's not that bad at all. Let's see here. Private label sellers that were just slapping their brand on cheap China stuff are screwed. Yep. That's a lot of private label sellers that sell gadgets and gizmos and the newest, little doodad are going to be in a world of hurt. A lot of clothing sellers are going to be in a world of hurt because they already are. I mean, really, you can get a shirt off of Amazon for $20. You can go over to Temu and get it for 15, and now they're going to be able to do that.
Yeah. So all of the Amazon sellers who are doing private label and getting items from Alibaba that, like you say, are just like a little simple widget that's very useful. It used to always be the joke of the garlic press. It seems like the garlic press was one of the first widgets that Amazon sellers were flooding to get. And you're buying those things from Alibaba. Alibaba is now going to be on this cheap Amazon platform that Amazon is going to be rolling out. And they're going to make it very hard for private label sellers. So, it's good to know this because depending on where you are in your Amazon business journey, what type of inventory you sell, you may have to slowly start changing your business model. I've changed my business model on Amazon many times over the many years I've been selling on Amazon, where I used to just only do clearance, retail arbitrage shopping, all the way to doing private label and bundles in between. So I always had a healthy mix of all of the things in my account. Yep. Because when one falls off, you can, go heavier on another. You do need a good, healthy mix. It's good to have wholesale, a little bit of private label. You can get private label things here in the USA. I had private label things that were here in the USA. They were made here. Suppliers shipped it from the US to Amazon for me. Nobody could really copy that on Alibaba. Exactly. Pivot.
Pivot. Now, Lag says that Amazon's going to keep cutting until Walmart eats them. I don't know. Amazon's been around for a while. Walmart's got its own issues too. I mean, they're both not very nice.
And Walmart is a much older company than Amazon. Walmart has been around longer than Amazon, not so much in the online space, but Walmart is a very, very old company. And many people tell me Walmart now, and has been since the beginning, is like Amazon in the early days. And I can see Walmart, just taking their sweet old time to get up to Amazon level if they even want to. Walmart doesn't have to.
No, I was trying to bring up something. I'll give me a minute. No, that's not going to work. Well, I was going to bring up some examples.
Yeah, and always don't have Amazon be your only thing. Amazon was my biggest thing, but it wasn't my only thing. So right now, with not doing Amazon, I'm still in Amazon because I manage other accounts and their advertising campaigns, build listings for people. So I'm still in Amazon, just not for me. But I do account management. I do have eBay. I do have other income sources out there. So when the rug was pulled out from me, it didn't take everything from me. And so you should always, when we're entrepreneurs and working from home, selling on Amazon, make sure you know how to do other things, whether it be Walmart and Etsy, eBay, or even all of them, and always have your hands in all of them a little bit, right? If you don't really want to go out there sourcing for eBay, cross post your Amazon inventory onto eBay and see if any of it does sell, and just keep your eBay thing going and active, and always be learning how to use it and know how to use it. Because if your Amazon was gone today, are you comfortable enough with diving right into eBay and seeing what you can sell there? You can sell brand new things on eBay. It doesn't all have to be thrift store shopping. Find out what kind of brand new things you can sell on eBay. I've been seeing people sourcing makeup and beauty items from TJ Maxx and Ross and selling them on eBay, like the Rae Dunn type of seasonal coffee mugs and Hello Kitty blanket with pumpkins on them that you can get at Ross. People will source jeans and shoes that you get at Ross on eBay. So if you hate doing the thrift store yard sale rummage shopping for eBay, you can take those Amazon skills and use them on eBay. When you're out scanning, eBay scans barcodes just like Amazon does. If you still, scan Amazon and using your Keepa chart, Keepa has a little button at the bottom to click eBay, and it will take you from Amazon, as far as the Keepa chart goes, right to eBay for those listings. And then you can search them on there and see, do they sell well on eBay? I say this because this is what I'm going through. And so I want all of you to make sure that you're not only relying on Amazon.
Very true, very true. I got an email that I may or may not check out, but there's a discount location near my warehouse that they do auctions and they target eBay sellers, and it's mainly store closeouts and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Were you going to bring up Lag's comment?
Oh, I did, because I thought that is each business is treated as a separate entity if done properly. And I agree. I keep different spreadsheets I have tabs, I have an Amazon tab, an eBay tab. So I do track each one of mine separately, and I completely agree with you.
Yep. Then he says, you can start another Amazon business. Technically, yes. I mean, we know enough to do it. And that might be something I got to decide when I get back from Rome, like,
if that's, I feel the same, if I want to or not. If I do, it might even be right after Q4, even though Q4 would be the prime time to do it. But I have enough going on that I think I can get through Q4 just fine without Amazon.
I wanted to add, this is one of the brands that is taking over a lot of things. So this was somebody's, I don't know. I don't know if they were branded Lennox or if this was somebody just making a listing under their own, but this HJZ, they've been flagged. I'm running out of my voice and
from your phone.
I need more drugs, Tina. I need more drugs. But
yeah, this is the kind of thing that happened to mine. Now, I don't know if Bully Sticks was this person's actual private label brand, I know is what you're trying to say, or if this is like something you can get at Chewy. But either way, it doesn't matter. But you see how they can just go changing the brand. They hijack the listing, and now it's theirs.
Ramon asks, any business podcast? Ooh.
There are a lot of business podcasts out there. I don't listen to any of them. I would, if I worked all by myself at home and there was nobody else around, I would be listening to business podcasts all day long. And I wish I could recommend. I've seen some that I thought, oh, I want to subscribe to that, but I don't ever have time to listen to them. I work at home with my husband, so we're always conversating, and sometimes we'll have YouTube videos on that we're watching. We like to watch a lot of YouTube, but it's more for learning what to source on eBay. That's kind of been my latest jam on YouTube. But there are definitely a lot of great podcasts out there.
This is if I have time, I like this one, which is Mike Michalowicz, who is the author of Profit First. His podcasts are usually pretty good. They bring on entrepreneurs and business owners. It's, this one's like recruiting well, finding your one thing, the 6 essential traits for entrepreneurship. I like that. It's about 30 minutes and it's got a good flow of, they do kind of the same thing every show. They have a guest, they have kind of a game, they have a couple different segments per se.
It's funny for me when I'm listening to stuff, I usually don't want to listen to business stuff. Isn't that funny? I want to listen to like travel hacking, like how to get the most travel for your credit card points. And I'm usually wanting to listen to life hacks or how to do, 80 things in 5 minutes instead of not really, but I like that time management, of how to be more efficient with your time and how to segment things and schedule stuff. I really like running my whole life very efficiently, very organized, and just very routine. That works for me.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Minimal Mom and Clarebug and the other lady. There's 3 of them that do things on decluttering your house, and that's what we're trying to.
The Millennial Money Mom says she's into travel hacking. Me too. I'm about to do my 3rd trip this year on just credit card points, and it's all just from my spend. After all of this nonsense that we've gone through and the high amounts of stress and just everything involved with shutting down an Amazon business and getting rid of that inventory and all the things involved. My husband has never been to Disneyland in his life. And I said, you know what? We're going to Disneyland. And so I booked us tickets this week for Disneyland. I booked us our hotel room for Disneyland. And it is costing me nothing. We're going to drive there because, California is just the next state over. It's going to cost us our gas to get there and whatever we eat. But Disneyland and the hotel room is absolutely free. While we are there, I'm already mapping out some thrift stores and some Goodwill bins. So it won't be just a Disneyland trip. We're going to stay there and do sourcing. And so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, if anyone is ever interested into doing travel hacking, or knowing what credit cards I use or what you could be using for traveling and travel points, I love that stuff. I never talk about it here in our live shows, but we all have interest outside of Amazon, and we can definitely use our business spending for free travel. Most everybody likes to travel. And even if you don't, you're still at least flying home to see family or relatives. I'd like to think maybe once a year, or trade shows. If you're wanting to fly for business, you can use your spend on your inventory to go places and even get theme park tickets and things like that for free. I mean, just because you spent money, it's not costing you any extra.
I have got to go, Miss Tina. So
me too. I actually have a call as well. So thank you guys for joining us, and we may or may not be back next Friday, but we'll definitely keep you posted.
Yeah, I'll try to post it early if we're going to be. I think I can.